Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Galactic Report. Today is Friday, 6th of June, 2025. And as usual, I start with Galactic Astrology. And we have a big one coming up. Jupiter enters Cancer in June, on June 9th. And it will stay there until June 29th, 2026. So around, well, practically exactly a year. And Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, abundance, leaves behind the chatty Gemini and enters the nourishing waters of Cancer. In astrology, Cancer is the sign of Jupiter's exaltation. That means it's a place where its generous qualities are expressed with grace, with depth, and potency coming from the heart. So this transit brings the focus to emotional healing, ancestral roots, and galactic lineages, and what really, really nourishes our souls. Jupiter in Cancer will remind us that true abundance flows through care, community, and the great courage it takes to be emotionally honest. So themes like inner child work, family healing, nourishment and belonging, ancestral remembrance and caretaking in your community will come up with Jupiter in Cancer. And therefore, I would rather say, I encourage you to do constellation work now. The window of opportunity is wide open with Jupiter to heal ancestral wounds, entanglements, and really to step into your galactic lineage more too. So if you're called to do that, come and speak to me, and I'm happy to facilitate a galactic family constellation for you. It is definitely my favorite thing to do. Let me talk about family constellation a bit. And through galactic ancestral work and family constellations, we unveil the hidden threads woven through our earthly and cosmic lineages. And we can heal ancestral imprints held in our DNA and reawaken the soul's memory across lifetimes. We had so many. And so we may fully embody our purpose and live the mission we came here to fulfill. That's why this is important work. And as I said, with Jupiter entering Cancer, it is the perfect opportunity to do so. So Jupiter magnifies everything it touches, and here it offers a rare once in 12 years invitation to bloom through connection. So think of Jupiter like a fairy godmother with a cosmic memory, and she is here to remind you that vulnerability is strength and love is the most revolutionary force. So you can ask yourself, how might emotional intimacy unlock new pathways for you to grow in this year? Jupiter also aligns with two fixed stars, Betelgeuse and Polaris, and they are very powerful because Betelgeuse in Orion constellation is linked to upgrades in our consciousness. It is also about integration of polarity and about compassionate leadership. Whereas Polaris, our North Star, is associated with shamanic wisdom, Lemurian and Atlantean lineages, and deep earth remembrance. Betelgeuse has long been connected with the Orion resistance movement, a soul alliance that formed to stand against oppressive forces And many of us carry memories of having served, especially with Jupiter entering into Cancer. We have memories of having served as healers, protectors, or emotional anchors in those timelines. So those who actually lived lives like that, you might feel these echoes reawakening now. Polaris, our ancient compass in the sky, is tied to ancient shamanic lineages, as I said, and to earth-connected beings who work with frequency, light healing, and earth cyclical wisdom. Its presence with Jupiter now invites a reconnection with timeless truth and inner direction. And if those connected to Polaris starseed energy receive the call from their community to step into their shamanic role, because you cannot become a shaman. You have to be called by your community to become their shaman, their leader, and then their spiritual leader, I want to say. And then you have to accept the role and become their spiritual guide. I have seen Polaris connections in so many clients' charts who are called to pursue the path of the shaman, to reconnect us with the ancient wisdom and healing of Earth. And they all had many lifetimes here on Earth, walking the hard and stony path of the shaman. And it is truly amazing to see that coming up and up again. So there is a connection here. And therefore, it upsets me to listen to a lot of astrologers at the moment. Many of them are starting to talk about fixed stars now more and more, and I love this emergence in our collective field of consciousness. I am so thankful for that. And on the other hand, they clearly have only superficial knowledge about fixed stars. And I would like to say that we all are at the beginning of uncovering what the fixed stars really mean in our lives and how they are connected to us. But it doesn't. It's not enough to say Jupiter is connected to Polaris and therefore we have to trust our inner guidance. That is not about Polaris. That is only just a small portion of it. And the other astrologers who talk about fixed stars now repeat from old knowledge. We have long evolved from interpretations like those of Vivian Robson or even Ptolemy, our grandmasters of fixed star astrology, and I admire them deeply, but we are beginning to understand that there is more to it. There is more to our galactic heritage, and we have to incorporate the spiritual or galactic evolution perspective, especially because our souls have traveled through all of those star systems over many, many incarnations. And we have to find a new language around it all. It doesn't help at all to look at the stars and only talk about the good things they represent either. We need to integrate the exopolitical approach more and more. And then we will start to understand that there is more to the stars than just beautiful energies flowing from them, from our benevolent star families. This is only one side of the medal. And I love talking about it, but we have to focus on the other side as well. So I think the look at the stars is still a bit too one-dimensional, and we need to take the quantum frame of reference here. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, and we can have a discussion around it. Certainly, I love talking about this topic, as you know, and the more we open the field of consciousness around it, the better, I think. All right, so back to Jupiter's alignment with Betelgeuse and Polaris. For many among us, this transit will not be an easy one because those who remember, who are called, they are presented with a choice point here as Jupiter shines its expansive light in the field of cosmic remembrance and soul service. Are you ready to step fully and consciously into your universal service of creation? And are you ready to sacrifice your old life for the greater good of all if you do? This is a karmic choice point, and we have to be aware of it. All right, and then we have another interesting alignment with Jupiter on June 24th, 2025, and I would like to invite you to mark this day in your calendar because then on June 24th, we will have a Jupiter Cazimi. It is a rare and potent moment where Jupiter enters the heart of the sun. And this moment is known as the Day of Miracles. It supercharges Jupiter's frequency with solar clarity. So think a burst of divine vision, a moment of blessing, of integration and breakthroughs, and a window to set bold intentions rooted in love, wisdom, and higher service. Use this window to tune into your heart's deepest wishes and your soul's desires, not for more, but for meaning. So this will be the most fortunate day of the year, and we can look forward to it very much. So with Jupiter in Cancer, let yourself guide you home to yourself and to the soul family and service that await when you choose consciously and responsibly. This is a moment for us to become galactic adults. And now I would like to change gears a bit and talk about some Terran happenings. Interestingly, we dive deep into the Earth's darkness because there is a lot of hidden alchemy with the Earth coming to the surface. This week, two remarkable revelations draw our attention to the deep intelligence of the Earth. And a groundbreaking study reveals that gold, long seen as a symbol of divine light and cosmic value, is making its way to the Earth's crust from deep within the Earth's belly. The German geologist Niels Messling and his team have found clear evidence that the Earth's liquid core is not sealed off, but instead slowly leaks into the mantle. They analyzed volcanic rock in Hawaii, and they have shown that traces of gold and platinum, which was long thought locked away in the core, are slowly surfacing. So this discovery confirms that the Earth's core, which is rich in ancient cosmic material from meteorite impacts around 4.5 billion years ago, continues to share its treasures. And gold is linked to solar codes and higher consciousness, is literally rising from the underworld to meet us. At the same time, Mount Etna in Sicily erupted quite violently and shook the whole island with a sudden outburst that sent ash and gas into the sky. It is one of the most, or as the Sicilians say, she is the most active volcano on Earth. And she is also one of the few places where we can physically witness the deep material from below. And interestingly enough, a couple of tourists were, and I don't get it, they were at the rim of the volcano and witnessed the eruption. And I feel this is such, this is a volcanic eruption is such a sacred moment also for Earth, because she clearly needs to get rid of material that has long been piling up inside of her. And we can witness her deep, ancient, and primal force here. And taking pictures of it, I feel this is not the way we should perceive Earth, and this is not the way we honor Earth, to be honest. However, these two events mirror one another, one scientific, one sensational, but both speak to a powerful truth. What lies hidden is now rising. And this is literal and quite symbolical too. Whether precious metals or buried ancestral trauma, what was held deep beneath the surface in Earth and in our psyche is now making its way into the light. And in the language of the stars, Jupiter amplifies all it touches, as I said, and in its current position, it supports the surfacing of ancient wisdom, of abundance, and also our soul inheritance, especially from our ancestral and galactic lineages. And here we close the circle for this week's report with Polaris and its message of healing and Earth's cyclical ancient wisdom. This is Earth's alchemy, and it is ours too. And one last thing. I want to circle back to last week, the crazy week of solar activity. And I was sent information from many people, and I thank you all who told me about varied symptoms and sending me pictures of auroras around the world following those eruptions from the sun last week. And I have to say, I haven't felt a thing, nothing. It was like, even I felt like the sun's activity was dampened down. So this is really interesting for me to experience that. So many people having symptoms or experiencing symptoms, so many people sending me pictures of auroras. And I would like to ask you, my dear viewers, have you seen the auroras yourselves? Can you send me images and pictures? Because a lot of those images, well, most of them are probably manipulated, and I mean this in a neutral form. Of course, we want to enhance the beauty of an aurora if we capture one on camera. But I also believe that a lot of it is AI generated. And also, I ask myself, are the symptoms really connected to the sun's activity, or are they just natural, as we are beings who experience their evolutionary journey through physical symptoms too? All right. This concludes my weekly galactic report for today, June 6th. And as usual, I invite you to continue the conversation, deepen the topics in the comments. And I look forward to reading and answering them all. And so I wish you a very beautiful weekend. Enjoy the ingress of Jupiter into Cancer on 9th of June. And I see you next week with another galactic report. Bye-bye.